Most people in the UK think cars wear out at 150,000 miles. They do not. I stand behind a parts counter every day. I watch the same cars come in, the same failures. The same owners being told it is not worth fixing. Cars do not die because the engineering ran out. They die because the service schedule you were given was designed for the manufacturer, not for the engine. 6 rules, the ones I give my own family. 3 of them contradict your owner's manual directly. One of them will save you $4,000 on a gearbox you were told was sealed for life. And one of them is the cheapest $12 insurance policy on the entire car. No dealership upsells, no Halford's own brand nonsense. This is the real way to get a UK car past 250,000 miles. Let's go. Time to reveal the secrets. Rule 1. Your 18,000-mile oil change is an engineering crime. Start with the biggest lie printed in your handbook. Your manufacturer recommends an oil change every 15,000 to 20,000 miles. That figure is not about protecting your engine. It is about protecting the advertised cost of ownership on the brochure. The damage shows up at 90,000 miles. Long after the warranty is the dealer's problem. Cheap oil turns to acid. Acid eats bearings. That is not a theory. That is how most UK engines die before 150,000. Here is the real interval. Short trips and cold starts, every 4,000 to 5,000 miles. Mixed driving, every 6,000. Always fully synthetic. Always a proper filter, not the cheapest thing in Euro car parts. Cheap filters collapse and pump rubbish back into the engine. An oil change at an independent garage is $80. A timing chain failure is $1,500 to $3,000. You are not saving money stretching the interval. You are prepaying for the repair. But the oil change is useless if you are ignoring the one component UK dealers quietly claim is sealed for life. That is Rule 5, and it is the biggest $4,000 trap on this list. Hold that thought. Rule 2, the air filter. They forget to sell you. You cannot hit 300,000 miles if the engine cannot breathe. Your engine is an air pump. My rule, replace it every other oil change. Every oil change if you live in a city. London, Birmingham, Manchester. People massively underestimate how fast these clog in UK conditions. A clogged filter means rich fuel trims, hotter combustion, more carbon on the piston rings, worse MPG. On a diesel, it accelerates DPF failure, and a new DPF in the UK is $800 to $2,500. The filter costs 15s at Halford's. The DPF costs $2,000. That maths does not need a degree. Rule 3. The fuel pump they designed to cook itself. Here's the one nobody tells you about at the forecourt. Your fuel pump lives inside the tank, submerged. It is cooled and lubricated by the petrol around it. When you run the tank low, the pump runs hotter because there is nothing left to cool it. The bearings cook. A new pump is $400 to $900. They put it inside the tank anyway because it is cheaper to assemble that way. Rule: never let the tank drop below a quarter. Ever. And while we are here, not all fuel is equal. The premium grades from major brands run higher detergent packages than standard fuel. Alternating fills is enough. Keep your injectors spraying a mist instead of a dribble. Dirty injectors dribble, causing hot spots. Hot spots kill pistons. That is the chain. That is why the fuel you put in today matters in year 8. Rule 4. The 12 bottle that buys you 100,000 miles. This is the rule almost no UK driver follows. You need a pea-based injector cleaner. Pea is the only additive that actually removes baked-on carbon. Everything else on the Halford's shelf is mostly solvent and marketing. Run it every 5,000 miles. Redex Pro, Forte, Liqui Moly Jectron. All available in the UK. All PA-based. Check the label. $12 a bottle. Cleaner combustion. Better MPG. Injectors still working at 250,000 miles. That is the whole trick. Rule 5. Sealed for life is the biggest lie in your handbook. This is the one I promised you at the start. It is the rule that will decide whether your car makes it to 300,000 or dies at 120,000 with a $4,000 gearbox quote. If it says sealed for life, you are looking at a marketing phrase dressed up as engineering. I have never seen it last. ATF breaks down from heat and oxidation. As it degrades, it forms varnish, a hard, lacquer-like deposit. The varnish sticks to the solenoids and burns out the clutch packs until the gearbox slips. The damage is done. It is a death sentence for the car. My rule: change the transmission fluid every 50,000 miles. Ignore the handbook. A fluid change at a specialist is $180 to $350. A gearbox rebuild starts at $2,000 and climbs past $4,000. Fresh fluid is cheap. Rebuilds are not. Sealed for life means sealed until the warranty expires. That is what it actually means. Stop the video for 30 seconds and do this. Open your glove box. Pull out your service manual or your handbook. Find the transmission section. If you see the phrase sealed for life, filled for life, or any service interval longer than 60,000 miles, drop the brand and model in the comments right now. I want to map this in real time. I already know which brands are going to come up most. The comments will prove it. And if you have already paid for a gearbox rebuild on a car that was sealed for life, tell me what it cost you. Let everyone watching see the number. Rule 6. Lifetime coolant is the second biggest lie. And right below sealed for life on the list of handbook marketing phrases is this one. Lifetime coolant, or 100,000 mile coolant. I have never seen coolant make it anywhere near 100,000 miles without causing damage, not once. Coolant does not fail visibly. The corrosion inhibitors deplete quietly, long before the fluid looks dirty in the expansion tank. Corrosion forms inside the radiator and the heater matrix. The pH shifts and starts attacking the aluminum components in the head and the water pump. Heat transfer degrades every year you leave it in. One overheating incident can take tens of thousands of miles off an engine's life. 2 overheats and you are in head gasket territory. 1/500 minimum on a modern UK car, often far more. One head gasket failure is a death sentence for the car on its finance value. My rule, flush the coolant every 3 to 5 years. I do not care what the manual says. A coolant flush is $80 at an independent garage. It is the cheapest insurance policy on the entire vehicle. And it protects the most expensive single component you own. These are my rules, not the dealership's rules, not the handbook's rules, not whatever Arnold Clark told you when they sold you the car on finance. Notice what 3 of these rules have in common. Rule 1 contradicts the manufacturer's service interval. Rule 5 contradicts the handbook's transmission page. Rule 6 contradicts the coolant section. In every case, the official advice is shorter than the life of the car, and that is not an accident. Under the Consumer Rights Act 2015, the car you bought was supposed to be of satisfactory quality and durable for a reasonable period. The manufacturer has quietly decided reasonable means about 100,000 miles. You do not have to accept their definition. Follow these 6 rules, and your car will outlast everyone else's on your street. If you have ever been told your car was not worth fixing, and something inside you felt that was not the whole story, you were right. The cars are not the problem. The schedule they handed you is. If this is the first time anyone has told you any of this, subscribe, because this is not just about cars. It is everything you are buying. The car industry is running the same playbook as every other UK product category: short design life, inflated service intervals, sealed for life components that are not, repairs quoted at exactly the point where the owner gives up. And the next one I'm covering is worse than this.